Hey everybody, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends series, part of the newest Spider-Man series coming out towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. Marvel's Armadillo series, Miles Morales from the PS5 or PS4 video game. Very, very cool to have this in Marvel Legends form. It makes me want an updated PS4 Spider-Man. I mean, there's a sequel coming out, so hopefully we'll get a new one with more, additional sculpting and whatnot. That one was a bit of figure was a bit of a bare bones, just straight up repaint. This here is just a whole new figure. It looks fantastic. I may get the rest of the Spider-Man wave, but I'm not entirely sure yet. And just a heads up, I got mine on Dorkside Toys, pre-ordered it pretty early. I have no idea if they have any more up there available in stock or pre-order. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Top half here, it just says Gamerverse, when a lot of the video game figures we get from Marvel Legends will say that. Get the figure in the box. There's a spider logo in the backdrop there of the box. Bottom half here, you get more of some of the contents that it comes with here, as well as Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Bottom left, there's a Hasbro logo. On this side, it's going to be a reflected image on the other side, but it's Miles from the video game, looking very cool. And here's the top of the packaging. It says Build-A-Figure Marvel's Armadillo. The spider logo for Miles, warning and choking hazard, whatnot, and ages 4 and up. On the back here, giving you a wide shot of how this packaging looks on the back. Top half here, you see it says Marvel Legends Series Miles Morales, as well as a read up for Miles if you want to pause and read that, as well as some artwork right there. I believe that was from the cover of the game as well. And then we have the bottom half here. You can see all the other figures in the series. You can see the No Way Home figures, as well as some of the comic figures and Miles, and the Build-A-Figure multilingual warnings. Bottom here, there's a barcode in case you need it, in case you're searching for this figure in stores. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. So here's the figure out of the packaging. I really dig it so far. I just have stiff joints on my particular figure I have to work out later, but it's a very awesome figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Build-A-Figure piece, then the accessories, and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Quick look at the Armadillo Build-A-Figure piece, looking really nice. I have no idea if I'm going to get the rest of the wave. I'm definitely getting J. Jonah Jameson, but, that whole wave does look pretty decent. I just don't know entirely yet. So here's the head sculpt he comes with. I gotta be honest, I don't think this really looks anything like Najee Jeter. I believe that's how you say his name. The actor who plays Miles, I believe they do, facial capture for him as well. I just don't really see it. It's still a cool head regardless, though. I think they did a really good job. I don't know if there's probably a problem with getting his likeness or whatnot. That could be a whole other thing. Paint on the hair looks really good. The face, does look like there's a little bit of some face printing technology going on there. Not sure who they're using for this likeness, but man, the eyes came through really well. Eyebrows, lip color, all that looking very good. Haven't put this on yet. I'd like to see how it looks. So it comes packaged with the thwip hands, and we do have the fists right here, looking very cool with lots of nice lines and details and whatnot going on. And there's the outside on how I don't want to say bracers, but there's definitely something going on in the back of his hands right here, looking very nice, I think. And the knuckles too, very decent. The red paint is pretty good. I mean, there may be some splotches here or there of some black going on. A little bit of red on the black too. These are the open wall crawling hands. The sculpt on this particular one looks a little soft. Or maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. It looks pretty good. It also looks like there's some type of texturing going on to match his suit on the palms of the hands. So I think that came out very nicely. Last but not least, we have these more, these just, shocking hands. I forget exactly. The Venom Strike, that's what it was. You almost sounded like a fake fan for a second. But these hands are a different sculpt from the open hands we already got. Looking very cool. Man, these are really sick. And they have some cool lightning effects glued onto them. These are a yellow translucent plastic. They're not completely translucent, I think, of course, but they still look translucent enough that they just look very, very cool. So, man, this thing came chopped, full of accessories and a Build-A-Figure piece. As you can see, we have an entirely unique sculpt to this figure. It is being reused for the GameStop exclusive translucent version, which I am getting. That looks very cool. I really will just give you a quick 360 of the head portrait. Looking very good. I think that the way that the eyes came out, as you can see there, as well as some of the texturing. Some of the texturing, unlike the black, as you can see, looks a little bit soft on the scope, but look hard enough, and you're definitely going to see some very cool textures going on there. They definitely put some work into this figure, I think. The red lining overall, I don't see any mismatches. It looks very decent, like quite good. And nothing splotching on the eyes, which sometimes happens with Spider-Man figures, I think is good. One thing that's weird, do you see what's going on with this neck piece here? There's a big cut in the neck. It's a little weird. I'm not sure what the purpose of, doing that was, because it doesn't move, or why they had to do that. I'd like to know, but that's interesting. But we do have some, actual protruding sculpts, same thing on the head here, protruding sculpts of the red on the black there, and a little bit of some waves, if you see right there. At least they look like waves. Definitely lines sculpted into the black, if you look in there. Definitely looks more like lines from here. There's the protruding spider logo, which I feel like some of this red might be a little bit metallic. I mean, it's not entirely, but whatever red they're using, it almost looks like that. And but I think it looks good. I like how it shimmers and whatnot. We have a smooth sculpt for parts of the back here, but I do feel some type of texture going on here, so that's cool. Nice line work. There's the back right there. Let's show the front for anyone who really wanted to see the front. This spider logo also looks really good. I really like how they did that little V shape going on right here. This is also protruding sculpt where the red is, so dig that. There's some soft sculpting, but definitely feel some textures again on the front. Now we get to these arms, lots of nice sculpting. The red is maybe there's a little bit of black right there. I'm just kind of looking through it, kind of combing through. There's a little bit of black there too, so imperfections and whatnot, which I wish there weren't, but it's a bit standard for a $20 domestic figure. I mean, again, ideally there shouldn't. But we do have pinless tech. Look at that pinless tech, looking good. I don't know if that contributed to the stiff joints on mine, but that can be fixed with hot air or hot water. So lots of nice line work going on right here on the upper bicep. Right here, I think on the tricep, right? That's basic anatomy at this point. I sound like an idiot. But there's the inner forearm with some nice lines and whatnot. Now these are the whipped hands, looking good. Nice lines in the palms, nice texture in the palms. There's the back of the hand. Very much similar to how the rest are sculpted. A little bit of black splotching onto this index finger. Nothing I can't entirely forgive. One thing that's annoying I just noticed. Big red splotch right there. Acetone may take that off, but I am very worried to do that, so I don't really think I'll do that yet. Unless I can scratch it off later. I might be able to. We'll find out. There is some texturing going on in the legs, at least the upper legs. I mean, there's pretty much throughout the leg. Just some areas, not as much. So there's the thighs and the leg. You can see this nice little divot, whatnot. Not really a divot, but it's part of the design of the suit. Yeah, some line work going on, but the upper thighs and whatnot. On the back, you get even more line work. The rest of it, of course, the black is just, it's molded in black, but it looks fine to me. There's even pinless tech on these knees too, looking good. Knees, there's really not much detail. I think there's maybe a little bit of texturing, like on the chest. There's a red splotch right there, so they really got messy with the legs. There are the lines for the calf muscles, looking really good. Again, you can see some more of that. Starting on this side, on the inside of the leg, I don't see any. Now we get down to the feet. Over these red lines painted on here, they may have a protruding sculpt. Yeah, they do. So that's cool. There's some texturing on the feet as well, as you can see. There's the top of the feet. Sorry, almost got that out of there. There's a little bit of some ridges and whatnot, and some lines sculpted on top of the feet. Now I know this has been looking, well, actually, real quick, bottom of the feet right there. This looks all very close in the camera. Again, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I need a rotating stand, but I'm doing a quick 360 for you guys on how all the details look, in one image. My fingers are getting in the way, that's why I need a rotating stand, but you can just tell, I just really like how they sculpted it. I think they did a really good job overall with sculpting. Just paint imperfections, that's really it. Articulation is pretty standard with Marvel Legends. We have a new dumbbell joint system here for the head, which actually allows it to go up really well. I really like that. And then it can go down pretty decently far. Side to side, of course, and then we do have swivel right there. Now, my butterfly joints are pretty stiff, but they can move this much back and forward. I hope the red paint doesn't get scuffed on the plastic. Going in and out, it's very difficult for my particular figure. That's as far out as I can go with both arms. That's a little disappointing. Just a little bit further would have been nice. We do have upper arm swivel, double jointed elbows, which this bottom part of the joint is very stiff. And all hands, I gotta double check. Yeah, all hands, including the translucent ones, have a hinge. They also have a swivel here. That's cool. Ab crunch goes back that far, and you can see some more of that detail is continued when you move it back. Same thing. Oh, actually, look at, you can see the separated legs. I'm not gonna really fault that too much. That's as far forward as it goes. Waist twist. Sometimes I've actually gotten nervous about doing some waist twists because sometimes they get disaligned somehow with some of my Marvel Legends. But let's just go ahead and do a 360. There we go. No problems there. For outward like that, back not really that much. Splits are really good. Upper thigh swivel. We do have double jointed knees. We have a bend at the foot, which is very tight. I'm being very careful. That's as far down as I can go. Far up, that's about it. Then we do have standard ankle rockers. So my Sentinel Miles Morales is somewhere in this apartment. I can't bring it out for a size comparison right now. I do believe it's going to be shorter than the older interpretation of Miles we have in the center, because as you can see on the left, we have previous Marvel Legends versions of Miles. They're about the same height with each other, but they're going to be shorter than the Miles in the middle. And then on the far right, both Spider-Man figures, as you can see there, Peter Parker versions, of course, are going to be a little bit taller than the new Miles in the center. So overall, I really like this figure. I think Hasbro did a great job. I really like the unique sculpt here. I really like that they just made a brand new figure. I think that's awesome. The detailing on him with the textures and whatnot and the paint is pretty good. My only gripes is while it has pretty good articulation, my particular figure is very stiff, which that can be fixed with some hot air, hot water, and whatnot. One thing that may not be as easily fixable is the paint effects on here, which is mostly in the legs. Hopefully I can fix that somehow with maybe not. I'd really like to avoid acetone as much as possible. Also, the alternate head doesn't really look like Najee Jeter at all, but it's still nice that they include an alternate head, and the amount of accessories overall. The fact that also it comes with a Build-A-Figure piece is insane. So I really recommend this figure. The price of Marvel Legends is starting to go up a bit, about like $2 to $3, so keep that in mind. But man, this is just a really nice quality piece here. I got mine again from Dorkside Toys. There's some other retailers that are carrying it. I'll try to leave some links down in the description below. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below if you what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.